Howdy. Well, this is sort of a rant video. What you're looking at here is a box full of mason jars for canning. And if you look above it, you'll see a few cans, a few more over there, and a few more things over there, and a few more over here, and more over here, though they don't really show that way. And those drawers are full of pasta and beans and rice and lentils and the like. Now, why am I showing that? This freezer is completely full. Oh, by the way, so's that one. That's my off-site, or out of the pantry, shall we say, storage. Yes, I live in a small hick town, well, hick village, really, in Oregon. And this is my place. It ain't much, but it has a few advantages. For one thing, it's a Faraday cage. Any electronics in this place can be isolated, and a lot of them have been. All three buildings of this are Faraday cage, and underneath the ground here is a copper grounding plate, well, plate and wires and cables and the like, that when my dad was building this, he had buried. Was a ham radio operator. You can see the antennas. And a lot of that is still there, and I'm using it now. I have about an acre of land. That's my woodshed. As you see, it's almost empty. It's been a long and hard winter. That blue tarp over there is covering up my garden. My neighbor brought over his furrowing plow and furrowed it just before winter, which turned all the roots up and killed a whole lot of the weeds, and that'll help. This building is my shop. Now, why am I doing this? Well, Credit Suisse is about to collapse, and a few others in California and New York have already collapsed. And the whole thing seems like the whole house of cards is about to act like Dark Thursday in 1929. Well, what do you do about that? This is what I do. I'm not rich by any means, but I didn't spend what money I do have on Ferraris and Teslas and cocaine. What I did, excuse me while I turn the lights on. What I did was spend it on machinery. Now, this machinery runs on electricity. Oh my, that could be a problem if the power goes out. However would I run this lathe? Well, I do happen to have a generator. Right here. You know, it works. I've rebuilt it a couple of times. Works like a champ. It's worked through every power outage I've needed it for. Same with those freezers. I can plug those in and they'll last. I can make almost anything. I can fabricate a whole bunch of things. Here's my ammo supply, such that it is. Most of this is reloaded because that's what I do. And you know, there's some, forget what is this? I forget. Oh, that's 3040 Craig. Anyway, it's a cold day right now, and winter is almost over, thank Mog. But we have a situation in the world, and that situation is getting worse. And we can thank our dear president for his diligence in guiding us to this spot. Isn't that sweet? Well, my neighbor over there has got chickens. My neighbor over there has chickens. Henny, where's your man? What are you doing outside? Huh. Whatever. And this is my gun room. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but that's okay. This is my, let me turn some lights on. Yeah, they're there. And this. I would do a video about my guns, but it's pointless. The world's going to hell in a handbasket. I'm closer to 70 than I am to 20. And I'm just sitting here thinking about the mess that politicians, bankers, and corporate businessmen have gotten us into. And the working man never had a say in it. Well, I worked all my life. I've been taken advantage of by many. And like most of you folks, I've had to eat that S sandwich just so that I could put food on my kids' table and keep things together. I paid on a mortgage, paid off cars, did all those things you have to do to keep ends meeting. But I learned a thing or seven along the way. I've had many, many jobs, done many, many things for a living. And I can say that I learned how to, in the event it's necessary, survive. And like I said, this building too is a Faraday cage. Anything that happens, well, I think we're covered here. My real concern is not here, but it's the zombies out of Portland will show up with purple hair and an empty belly. My attitude is, well, we only have one backhoe, so don't show up too many because we don't need that much fertilizer.